Hey Questers, this month the Oculus Link public beta makes its debut on the Quest, but there are a lot of questions surrounding the new feature, and today I'm going to do my best to answer all the questions I can think of. If I miss one, please call me out in the comments and I will search for an answer. First up, an obvious question. What is Oculus Link? In short, Oculus Link is a brand new feature update coming to the Quest that will allow Quest users to connect their headset to a PC and play PC VR games. I'll dive more into how it works and what you'll need in upcoming questions. Will Oculus Link cost anything? No, nothing at all. Oculus Link is a free software update, so you won't need to pay for any new hardware for the Quest itself, although you will need a capable PC and a USB 3 cable. When does Oculus Link release? As of right now, nobody knows. All that we have been given so far is November, so it could be released today, or it could be on November 30th at 11:59 p.m. In my opinion, it won't be in the first half of the month. My gut tells me it'll probably be around the end of the month, maybe the third week, but I'm thinking late in the month. How does Oculus Link work? Oculus created a custom pipeline specifically for Oculus Link that utilizes your gaming PC for rendering the graphical data. A simplified explanation is that your PC will render all of the graphical information, encode that information into a format that will be then streamed through the USB-C cable to your Quest, where the Quest will use the mobile Quest decoder to decode the data, so it is ready to view and also process the data using latency mitigation to remove any delay or latency issues. All the while, the tracking data from the headset and controllers is being sent back to the PC through the same cable simultaneously, where the PC will use that data for game input and then send the visual data back to the Quest, and so on and so forth in a loop. How will it look graphics-wise? Graphically speaking, you will notice a significant upgrade from the Quest's native applications, but it also isn't going to be exactly what you would see if you were using a Rift S. In order to make it possible to stream the data to the Quest, when the visual data is encoded to the Quest, they use a process that is called AADT, or Axis Aligned Distorted Transfer. I won't bore you with all the details, but essentially what it does is create a box in the center of your field of view that will be rendered in high resolution, while everything outside of the box will be compressed to reduce the data amount. This means that similar to foveated rendering on the Quest, where the edges can look fuzzy or less detailed, the edges in your peripheral vision will also be a compressed image with lower resolution. This means you won't get the exact same entire crisp image as with the Rift S, but I can't imagine it'll be any more distracting than what we already have on the Quest. And it's just a sacrifice that has to be made right now to make it work properly. What will the latency be like? So because all the data is being encoded, streamed, and decoded, that means that there are a lot of steps which could obviously add latency or delay between your movement and the visual reaction. In order to combat this, Oculus has created a new way of transmitting the image data to the Quest, and they do that by splitting the image into pieces so that it can be transmitted and encoded at the same time. According to Oculus, this drastically reduces the amount of latency, and according to everything I've heard and read, there is little to no latency issues when using Oculus Link, at least thus far. Alright, so now let's talk about the nitty-gritty and what you'll need to make Oculus Link work. First, let's talk about the cable. Will the Quest's charging cable work? The short answer is no, but let me tell you why so you understand. The charging cable that comes with the Quest is a USB 2C cable, similar to one you would use for your cell phone. These cables are designed for charging and for transmitting data in one direction at a time. You can either be sending data or receiving data. The difference with the cable needed for the Quest is that it needs to transmit both an input and output of data simultaneously. This requires a USB 3 cable, which is why the cable that comes with your Quest won't work. What cable should I buy? My answer is I don't know yet. According to Mark Zuckerberg, it'll work properly with most high-quality USB 3 cables. Just make sure that the cable you get has a USB-C connector for your Quest, and you either need a USB-C input on your PC, an adapter, or a USB-C to USB-A cable. Also make sure that it is a USB 3 cable or it won't work. I don't want to recommend anything specific yet for cables until I test them out. Oculus is releasing their own Link cable later this year after the release of the Oculus Link, probably sometime in December, with a cost of $79. This cable will be 5 meters long, and it'll also be super durable and lightweight, and it'll be designed for optimal usage. Oculus has also said they'll be releasing spec information to the public about the Link cable, so expect to see a whole bunch of third-party cables pop up fairly soon after their cable releases. Will my Quest charge while using Oculus Link? That's kind of an interesting question because Oculus hasn't specifically said what is required for the Quest to charge while playing when connected, but they did say that it can. It remains to be seen what is needed from your PC and a cable though. Alright, so now some PC questions. Do you need a gaming PC? Yes, you do. Oculus Link does not use the Quest for graphical processing power, so unfortunately you can't just use any old PC. Your PC needs to be completely capable of playing these VR games already. When plugged into your PC and using Oculus Link, your Quest will be recognized as a Rift S by the PC, so you would need a PC that at least meets the minimum requirements for the Rift S, although I would suggest getting something that exceeds that with the recommended specs. The recommended specs for Rift S are an Intel i5-4590 or AMD Ryzen 5 1500X CPU or greater, an NVIDIA GTX 1060, GTX 970, AMD Radeon RX 480, R9 290 or greater graphics card, 8 or more gigabytes of RAM, Windows 10, and you'll need a USB 3.0 port. What PC should I get? I see this question a lot, so let's break it down just a little. First of all, some people are looking at laptops for their PC, which can be good because they are portable, but you're always going to pay more for less power in a laptop. So if possible, I would get a desktop PC. There isn't anything wrong with a laptop, just keep in mind you're paying more for that portability factor. When it comes to desktop PC, what should you get? I say get the best one you can afford. I know that's kind of a cop-out, but everyone has a different budget. It is going to be cheaper and more powerful if you can build your own PC. I'm still doing some testing and research on PCs I can recommend though, so keep an eye out for a future video. Okay, so moving on from the hardware aspect, let's talk about games. What games can I play using Oculus Link? Using Oculus Link opens up the Rift library to your Quest. By connecting to your PC, you'll instantly have access to any Rift games you have installed. One thing to note though is that Oculus did say developers can opt out of allowing their Rift games to be played with Oculus Link. I don't honestly know why they would want to do this, as they risk losing sales from Quest users, but the option is there. Can I play SteamVR and Viveport games using Oculus Link? According to Oculus, yes, you can. Because the Quest will be acting like a Rift S when using Oculus Link, we should have full access to anything that the Rift S could do, and that includes Viveport and SteamVR content. Why would I use Oculus Link over buying a Rift S? The last couple of things I want to talk about is something I've seen pop up a few times. First, why is it such a big deal that Oculus is adding this support to the Quest, and why would anyone want to use the Quest for PC VR instead of the Rift? My answer is more than likely they wouldn't. At least in its current generation, the Quest is not designed to eliminate the Rift S. Adding Oculus Link to the Quest is about adding options to current and future users, not enticing people to drop the Rift S. The experience on the Rift S is going to be better due to the native graphical rendering and not having to encode the data, as well as other things like better glass for the lenses that reduce God rays. Oculus hasn't set up the Quest to replace the Rift S, at least not in this generation of the Quest, but instead they're adding value to the Quest itself. If you already own a Quest, this just makes the product that much better. People who have the money to buy both can do so and still have benefits of using the Rift S as compared to even Oculus Link. But if you either don't have the funds to have both, or the few upgraded differences don't matter to you, then the Quest is a better buy in my opinion, as you are getting a totally standalone headset as well. On the opposite side of the coin, some people are worried about Oculus Link making it so developers get lazy and don't want to keep porting games to the Quest since they can play PC VR games. This to me makes no sense because although there are a lot of people out there that are going to use Oculus Link, I would wager there are far more that are not going to use it and want to use the Quest for what they bought it for, a tetherless standalone headset. So personally, I wouldn't worry about missing out on ports or new games, as I believe the future is in standalone headsets, and with the way games sell on the Quest, I think it's just going to keep getting better. So did I miss any burning questions that you have? If I did, please let me know in the comments and I will do my best to answer them for you. If you want to get the most out of your Quest and the best bang for your buck, then subscribe to BMF for more Quest related content and hit that bell icon. Plus, if you're looking for more Quest content, you can check out my other videos here. Thanks so much for watching and happy questing.